Before the gold rush made headlines, before fortunes were struck in the mountains, there was a woman who had already paid a price most of us can't imagine. Born into slavery, she lost everything: her freedom, her family, even her name as she knew it. And yet, when she finally gained her freedom, she didn't spend the rest of her life looking back. This is the story of Clara Brown, a woman born into slavery who became one of the most respected philanthropists in early Colorado history. Clara was born around the year 1800 in Virginia. Because she was born enslaved, records of her early life are incomplete. A surname wasn't even recorded, and there is no record of her knowing her father. As a young child, Clara and her mother were sold to Ambrose Smith, a tobacco farmer. By the 1830s, Clara was enslaved in Kentucky. There she had married another enslaved person named Richard, and they had had 4 children: Richard, Margaret, Paulina Ann, and Eliza Jane. Paulina and Eliza were twins. Unfortunately, Paulina drowned when she was just 8 years old. When her enslaver died, Clara and her children were sold at auction. It was to settle his estate. Her children were sold away from her, separated permanently in that moment. Clara never stopped searching for them. When Clara was in her mid-50s, she was legally freed by George Brown, who freed her in his will. Clara adopted his last name. Due to Kentucky laws, Clara was now free, but she had to leave the state. Despite being denied formal education as a child, Clara learned to read later in life. Contemporary accounts describe her walking long distances to borrow books whenever she could. Education became another form of freedom. In 1859, as news of gold discovery spread, Clara joined a wagon train heading west during the Colorado Gold Rush. The journey was difficult, especially for a woman nearly 60 years old. She settled in Central City, Colorado, a booming mining town. In Central City, Clara worked as a cook, laundress, and a midwife. She earned a reputation for honesty, kindness, and reliability. People trusted her, and that trust mattered. With the money she made, she invested in properties and mines in nearby towns. Clara did not hoard her earnings. She used her money to help other formerly enslaved people travel west, find housing, and secure employment. She provided meals, lodging, clothing, and financial assistance, often without expecting repayment. She became known as Aunt Clara and the Angel of the Rockies for her emotional and financial support. Brown was also a founding member of a Sunday school that she held in her home. Over time, Clara became a central figure in the community. Though she lived modestly, she accumulated property and savings. By the 1870s, she was one of the wealthiest residents of Central City. At the end of the Civil War, Brown was able to travel freely. She liquidated all of her investments and searched for her lost children. She had accumulated approximately $10,000 in savings, which is around $200,000 in today's money. Brown heard that her husband Richard and daughter Margaret had both died, and her son Richard was lost as he had been sold so many times that his trail had simply vanished. In 1879, Colorado Governor Frederick Pitkin officially commissioned Clara to travel to Kansas to persuade black exodusters to relocate to Colorado to fill labor shortages in mining camps. In 1882, after 40 years, Clara got one of the things she most wanted. She was reunited with Eliza Jane and Eliza Jane's daughter. They had been living in Iowa. Their reunion was widely reported and celebrated. Clara was 82 years old. Clara Brown died 23rd October 1885 at approximately 85 years old. In the last year of her life, Clara Brown was voted into the Society of Colorado Pioneers. She was inducted into the Colorado Women's Hall of Fame in 1989 and the Colorado Business Hall of Fame in 2022. Today, Clara has been honored with a stained glass window in the Colorado State Capitol Rotunda and a memorial chair at the Central City Opera House, celebrating her contributions and accomplishments as a pioneer and a frontierswoman, instead of focusing on her past as property, which is how I think Clara would have wanted it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more stories. I hope to see you again real soon. If you enjoyed this story, there's more to see at my channel. Check it out.